Tonight on KVR News, students create a new app.
Fenves gives students advice.
And UTPD's K9 unit welcomes a new furry friend.
You're watching KVR News, your leader for live, local UT coverage.
Broadcasting live from the Texas Student Television Studios at the University of Texas. You're watching KVR News at 9, Austin's leader for live, local UT coverage. Your news starts right now.
Good evening and welcome back to KVR News for Monday, April 30th. I'm Chelsea Moreno.
And I'm Sean Dolan. Thank you for joining us for our last show. It is a KVR tradition to honor our seniors and recognize their amazing work. So tonight is all about our favorite news director, Chelsea. So let's get right down to it.
That's right, Sean. Tomorrow, May 1st, marks the one-year anniversary of UT freshman Harrison Brown's death. Safe Horns, a group started by parents and community leaders concerned about student safety, will be holding a memorial to honor his life and legacy tomorrow at 1 p.m. The memorial will take place where the tree planted in his memory is on 21st and Speedway. Organizers are requesting that attendees wear burnt orange or horns up for Harry shirts. And a team of journalism and computer science students are trying to help you get and stay healthy. They developed an app that helps you check on your well-being just in time for Mental Health Awareness Month. When you open the app, there's a colorful circle with different mood options that allows you to track your different feelings throughout the day. It also gives you advice on how to keep up with good mental health. With finals coming up, as you know, us students, we tend to feel stressed out.
Helping you kind of figure out what are the situations that might contribute to my levels of stress, you know, what are the situations where I feel really relaxed and at ease, so that you can start to make some small shifts in your life to better support your own mental health and well-being.
And
Reed says social connection, mindfulness, and self-compassion are some of the things that can help students deal with stress. Of course, students can always use the many resources available at the Counseling and Mental Health Center. We asked President Fenves for some tips on how Longhorns can stay cool, calm, and collected during finals week.
It's a stressful time. It's the end of the semester, into the academic year. There's a lot of academic pressure. I recommend to all students to pace yourself, make sure you get sleep. Less sleep doesn't help you perform better in classroom, and it doesn't help with reducing anxiety. More sleep does help with both of those. Make sure you're eating and drinking and talking to your friends, and so staying connected is very important for dealing with all the stresses around this time of the year.
UT's Counseling and Mental Health Center is starting a new program to help male students develop a healthier sense of masculinity. The program critiques the stereotypical model of masculinity and encourages men to find their own gender identification rather than following traditional male roles. This program is the first to be run directly out of a school's counseling and mental health center.
And Mental Health Month definitely in full effect here at UT. UT's Youth Substance Misuse and Addiction Pop-Up Institute started a daily lecture and discussion called Coffee Talks last month.
KVR's Carly Rappaport shows us how that event goes.
Coffee Talks is an interactive conversation on substance misuse and addiction. The daily event invites experts on addiction to come speak for 10 to 15 minutes about their area of expertise. They then sit down with the group to answer questions and discuss the issues more in depth.
The beauty of this is that it takes the expert, sits them down with the group, and causes this interdisciplinary synergy of discussion that doesn't usually happen.
The event is open to the public and anyone can attend. Snacks and refreshments are provided. Hosted at the Center for Students in Recovery, the discussions take place from 10 to 11 a.m. on the second floor of Belmont Hall. I spoke with an attendee to see why she frequents the events.
I've been coming to these coffee talks because it's a way of professional and personal growth for me, and it's really an amazing opportunity to be able to meet up with professors like Dr. Carlson today, and also to be able to interact with other disciplines on campus.
Through education, Coffee Talks hopes to reduce the stigma surrounding addiction and recovery. The last talk will take place with Mary Velasquez on May 14th. Carly Rappaport, KVR News.
You know, addiction amongst youth has been I think, growing problem in our generation.
Definitely, Sean, yeah.
My cousins, you know, I'm from Chicago, and my cousins in a neighboring suburb, they were taken out of high school for a day to learn about the dangers of heroin because their suburb is known in the Chicagoland area as the heroin highway, and because it's so cheap and it's so easy to get heroin. And it breaks my heart that some people are going through this, but I think it also is really great that UT is trying to help, you know, provide access to getting help. And
definitely a serious issue, Sean.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And not just youth, but adults too, struggling with this all across the country. So it's great. They're learning young, and they're trying to prevent it. So it's wonderful.
Definitely a culture that you know, we need to help fix. Well, now it has been over a month since Austin bomber Mark Condit rained terror on the city. Since then, UTPD is trying to increase safety measures on campus. One very cute addition comes from UTPD's K9 unit. KVR's Bria Bolden gives us a look at one puppy's journey into becoming a full-service K9 officer.
The University of Texas Police Department has a new addition to their K9 unit. Her name is Baylor. I spoke to Officer Eric Johansson about how Baylor will contribute to UTPD operations and how they'll make the university more secure.
Since the bombings did happen, we kind of restructured the way our unit is tasked out. Right now we do a lot more proactive searches for explosives than we had in the past. So bringing Baylor on will give us another resource to we can cover even more campus.
Unlike the other dogs at UTPD, Baylor is the first to be brought into the K9 unit as a puppy. With Baylor being only 3 months old, she will go through months of training in order to become a full-service police dog.
The dogs are trained in a myriad of different tasks, from finding explosives in stadiums, vehicles, packages, classrooms, everywhere. And then they're also trained in some patrol tactics, which include finding criminals, apprehending criminals, collecting evidence related to a crime, and they're also trained in handler protection.
Johansson says, once Baylor successfully completes her training, she'll be able to respond to commands in both English and Dutch. She'll also be able to help UTPD in various roles throughout the department. Bria Bolden, KVR News.
Well, unfortunately, we won't be seeing Baylor on campus until this coming fall.
Man.
But KVR News will keep you updated on her progress when we return from summer break.
Coming up on KVR News, electric scooters blocked by City Council.
And a small graduation for art and entertainment majors. We'll be right back with more news.
Every year on the UT campus, the UT White Rose Society hosts 10,000 Roses, an event honoring those who died in the Holocaust.
That's right. KVR News' Ben Cohen gives us a recap of UT President Gregory Fenves' rare speech, where he speaks about his father's journey during one of the most historic and horrific times.
At Texas Hillel, the Center for Jewish Life on campus, UT President Gregory Fenves spoke to a room packed full of students and community members, but it was no ordinary speech. Fenves divulged his father's brave journey during the Holocaust and what it was like for him to grow up with a father who was a Holocaust survivor.
Severely beaten by a German guard, breaking his arm very severely. He still has, you can see still a portion of a bone spur sticking out from his arm to this day.
This was important for many because Fenves has not often spoken about this topic.
Telling my dad's story, which I've always considered a family story because it's one of heroism, but it's also a story of what can happen with organized hate.
Organized by the UT White Rose Society, this event marked the conclusion of 10,000 Roses, in which white roses were handed out on campus in memorial of the 10,000 people who died every day in Auschwitz, one of the many concentration camps used by the Nazis in Poland during World War II. While this is an annual event, this year's goal was to bring awareness of the treatment of European Jewish refugees during the Holocaust and that of immigrants and refugees today.
The people here tonight are Longhorns and are people who are very connected to this university, and it's a very powerful opportunity for us to hear the leader of our university share his own personal story and reflections.
President Fenves and UT were presented with the 2017 Guardian of the Human Spirit Award by Houston's Holocaust Museum for their commitment to service and building an open-minded society. Benjamin Cohen, KVR News.
If you get a lot of parking tickets on campus, UT, don't worry, has a plan for you. UT is opening the doors to its first food pantry and career closet. UT students can receive 1 bag of food per month and are allowed to pick professional clothing for job-related cases. In recent years, Student Emergency Services oversaw a 25% spike in food-related needs and created Food for Fines, which pays off tickets through donations of 40-ounce jars of peanut butter. The pantry and career closet opens in May, providing Longhorns with the resources they need. Sean, a great thing for students, right?
I think it's great.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm hearing that students are now going to get bags of food. Whoever needs it can have this food. I'm sure that's going to come in handy for a lot of people. This seems like it's a real problem.
I think this is really going to influence and cause a change and make food more accessible for, people who find it more difficult to find. So, props to UT for doing this initiative.
I think so. I think it's a great thing.
Well, 13 seniors from UT's College of Design and Creative Technologies School will walk the stage in a couple of weeks. They are the first graduating class of the Arts and Entertainment Technology major, but they could also be the last. AET opened for enrollment in the fall of 2015, but the College of Fine Arts is petitioning to eliminate the major. The move is met with strong opposition from students in the College of Fine Arts, such as AET junior Jeff C. He says forcing AET to stop growing or by forcing it to stop existing, UT would be hurting future students by limiting their career options.
And if you're wondering why you haven't been able to ride scooters around Austin anymore, that's because scooter companies like Lime Bike and Bird Rides temporarily pulled their electric scooters from the streets. The move comes in response to an emergency city ordinance issued this past weekend. City Council now says the rental scooters are allowed, but only after companies are granted licenses. The ordinance also says the city can impound scooters left in unapproved spots for $200. Bird says they'll temporarily suspend their services, and Lime Bike left a message on their app saying see you in a few days.
We would hope that there would be docks. Another problem that we've seen is that scooters are just being placed wherever, which just will make a substantial inconvenience for ADA community when they're placed in front of ramps and whatnot. So hopefully there is docks and stuff like that. As far as it goes with city ordinances, we're state police, so we don't really enforce city ordinances, but we can mirror them and make our own regulations on campus.
Chelsea, it's a bummer for me personally that these scooters aren't here right now because I got a kick out of using them. I thought it was so fun. I saw them, growing and growing and seeing more and more people on UT campus and around West Campus. There was one day last week where I used 7 of them.
Oh my goodness, Sean.
I kid you not, I love these electric
Their
scooters.
biggest customer, I guess.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll be #1 in. But
they probably have a photo of you in their offices.
I hope so. And
Best
hey, if
customer.
not now, then maybe in the future when they come back.
Now, you do need good weather to ride on these scooters, right?
You absolutely do. And with the rain, the scooters really helped me beat the rain when I was going home. But now without them,
who knows?
We'll have to see. So let's check in the Weather Center. Ryan?
Well, thank you, Chelsea and Sean. That's right. I wish I could report good news this week, but unfortunately, there is very little good weather news this week. We got a taste of it today. You may have noticed some stormy skies this afternoon, but as the week continues, will we start to see the sun? I'll let you know right after the break.
Have a news tip or story idea? Call the KVR News Tip Line, 475-8181.
And welcome back to KVR News. The skies have been threatening to rain all week, and unfortunately, that's not going away anytime soon. We'll have dark skies and a chance of rain every day this week to set the mood right before final season. So let's take a look at what we're dealing with. Tomorrow, we're in for a warm and muggy day. There's a 20% chance of rain with cloudy skies and a high of 81 with a low of 70. And Wednesday's looking pretty much the same with another 20% chance of rain, but it's going to heat up to a high of 86 and a low of 72. On Thursday, the clouds will pick up to give us a 40% chance of thunderstorms with a high of 86 and a low of 69. Friday is when it all gets bad with a 60% chance of thunderstorms during the day and a high of 83, low of 65. Continuing into the weekend, it's not going to look much better. Unfortunately, our last weekend of the semester before finals is not going to be a bright and sunny one because Saturday brings a 50% chance of rain with a high of 80 and a low in the low 60s. But on the bright side, Sunday gives us a break from a wet week and the sun will come out again for the start of a bright new fresh week. The temperature will be about the same, getting up into the 80s and down to the low 60s. But on the bright side, it will be sunny. So not a very bright week, but maybe that will give us an excuse to stay inside right before final season. Just be sure to pack an umbrella going to class all week. But you know what they say, April showers bring May flowers. Live from the Weather Center, I'm Ryan Chandler.
Thank you, Ryan. We'll be right back after the break with a very special segment.
Have a news tip or story idea? Call the KVR News tip line.
Well, Chelsea, I know this is a big surprise for you, but we've decided to dedicate this block to you. We've spent countless hours together here at the station, working behind the scenes in the control room, and you've been a huge part of the TSTV News family ever since you come to UT. So I want to know your thoughts. Tell me about your time here at UT. What were the best and maybe some of the worst moments that come to mind?
Well, I can't even think right now because I was expecting sports, but like we always have, we always have sports.
We always do.
But I think some of the best times here at TSTV, I think were just the humbling moments. I'm definitely gonna cry. Wow, it's too soon. I'm a big crier. You know that, Sean.
Yep. We do.
The best times here at UT were really when I grew and I was humbled. When I first came to UT, I was very, very timid. I was scared to get out of my shell. I didn't feel like I fit in here. I didn't feel like I fit in with all the amazing people who were sitting next to me in classes. I felt like I'm just a small town girl, you know, sitting next to people who had interned at amazing places, but
now you're that person who's interned at an amazing place and I'm sitting next to you, so.
No, really,
so I know how you feel.
It's been amazing. Just really, I think, meeting people who came before me and really encouraged me. So that's really what I've tried to do for everyone here.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I want to know, what was becoming the news director like? What was it like leading an entire department, and do you have any advice for the next news director to come along?
Yeah, it was wonderful leading such a talented group of people who genuinely want to learn. That makes a huge difference. All of you guys really always took my advice with such grace and such just want to learn and want to get better, and that's very, very special about all of you guys here, is that you really want to learn and you just take everything with such, you just go for it. And so I think that's amazing. And so that's what I would just pass down to. Hopefully I pass that down to all of you and to the next news director, Claudia Jimenez. I know she's going to be amazing, and you too, Sean. You're going to be absolutely phenomenal because you guys have taken that time to really push the next generation, the next group of journalists. So hopefully that'll be good.
It's been such a pleasure working with you and alongside you, and
thank you.
I can't wait to see where you go. Speaking of where you're going to go, where are you going to go? What are your plans after graduation?
So, like many people I am walking across the stage with, I don't know yet. Unfortunately, that's the hard part about this. I really don't know. But I'm really excited because I know that the future is open for me. I have opportunities that I'll find, and I know something's going to open up. So I have faith, and I know it's all going to work out for me.
Yep, the future is absolutely full of surprises, and here's another one. And I can't promise it's the last from us, but we've put together a little farewell video for you to remind you of your times here, and so you don't forget us when you're a famous reporter.
I wouldn't.
Let's take a look
2,
at it.
1, and take them. Go.
Good evening and welcome back to KVR News.
Hi Chelsea, just wanted to say thank you so much for an amazing semester. You've done so much for me in general and as a journalist.
I am so glad I did get to meet you because you were so helpful and so nice to me when I first joined KVR News.
Always made it fun and kept us motivated.
You are the heart and soul of KVR. You are our mother of master control.
Okay, who's the guy with the man bun?
Amazing news director. Such an amazing part of the KVR News experience. Sweet and caring. You're going to do amazing things in broadcast. You'll accomplish every dream like you did here in college.
And you're such an inspiration.
You are truly one of the sweetest and kindest people I have ever had the pleasure to meet.
You made my first year at KVR really great and fun, and just a wonderful experience.
I hope that everything ahead of you from now is just filled with success and happiness, and with your personality, honestly, you're gonna get really far. Seeing you work hard makes me inspired for me to work hard in this career.
I'm gonna miss you so much.
I know that KVR will never be the same.
I will always remember the time that me, you, and David were running around the anti-Trump rally trying to look for the best B-roll.
I'm gonna miss having that spiritual mom that was there for us all the time.
I don't know what we're gonna do without you, but I know you're gonna do amazing things.
And cannot wait to see where you end up next. We're gonna miss you so much, but we know that you're just gonna go out and do so many great things.
I just popped the cork on this empty bottle of sparkling cider.
I love you and I'll miss you.
I know that you'll be on to bigger and better things, and I can't wait to see where you go. Love you so much. Mwah. Well, I hope you enjoyed. I'll give you a little bit of time to wipe your tears. We'll be right back after the break. Excuse me, sorry. Now let's head over to Abigail. You can wipe your tears now.
We're flustered.
What's new in Hollywood, Abigail?
That was a wonderful video. Coming up next, we talk Avengers: Infinity War and Steve Irwin's Hollywood star. We will be right back with your entertainment news.
You're watching KVR News at 9. Your campus, your news.
The infamous Marvel superheroes set a record this past weekend as the biggest box office opening ever. Avengers: Infinity War brought in $250 million to box offices this opening weekend. This beats Star Wars: The Force Awakens for the highest opening weekend of all time. The Avengers film also took in a new global record of $630 million, and it has yet to open in China, the world's second largest movie market. The film has already beat all opening week records and global records. The late crocodile hunter and conservationist Steve Irwin received his star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. Irwin died in 2006 when a stingray's tail pierced his heart while filming an underwater documentary. 12 years later, his wife Terry and children Bindi and Robert honored his legacy by wearing his signature khaki and inviting an anaconda to join in for photos at the unveiling ceremony.
Let's try to see if we can take a look at that video.
Seems to be a little technical difficulties in the control room, but that's no issue. But you know, I did see this video on Facebook this morning.
What was it, Sean? What was it?
So essentially it's a video of a Sarasota police officer, and his name was Andre Jenkins, and he served on the force for over 30 years.
Oh wow!
And the video is of him doing his final goodbye, him doing his final sign-off for his final shift before he retires.
Oh
and
my goodness.
He is thanking everyone in his life who has got him to this point, all of his coworkers, wishing them a safe patrol as they continue their tenure on the force. And it was just very touching, and I think that it kind of can relate to you with, you know, a police officer serving on the force in Florida doing his sign off with this being your last show. And
Thank
so I
you.
thought it was pretty fitting.
Oh, thank you, Sean. Really, I don't compare. I have an uncle who's a police officer. I really don't compare to his service, definitely not. But I have really tried to foster that spirit of service with all of you. So hopefully I pass that on to all of you guys, hopefully. And of course, before we sign off, I really have to say thank you to a lot of people. So if you didn't see enough tears earlier, you're gonna get some more right now.
Here we go.
First, I really just have to give credit to God for where I'm at right now. I definitely would not be here without all the good that he's done in my life, and really he's turned my life around. So I really just have to give all the credit to him and all the glory to him, because he's definitely been my anchor through these whole past 3 years especially. I don't think I probably wouldn't even be here if it weren't for him. So definitely have to give him the glory for sure. And then I also have to thank my parents. My parents definitely have been my biggest and greatest support through my whole life. My mom and dad, I know you're watching right now, but you guys have been my biggest support. You've always made me feel like I can do anything that I put my mind to, and so thank you so much, Mom and Dad. Les quiero mucho. And Albert, I have to say, to my boyfriend Albert, I have to say thank you so much for supporting me these past 3 years. We're almost at 4 in December, so that's really kind of weird for me to say, but it's exciting. It's exciting. He's definitely been my best friend through all this, and just heard me out all the time. All my, all my rants and all my good moments and terrible moments. So he's been a great partner, great life partner.
Absolutely.
And then to my family, I really have to say thank you to my family, because all those words I said about my parents and Albert, they've been the same for me. They've all supported me in some way, whether it was supporting me financially to be at this amazing university, or just with their words encouraging me. I'll never forget something my Uncle Sam told me when I was first going into journalism. I wasn't sure if I wanted to be on air. And he told me that I was too beautiful. I was too beautiful to be on air and to not be on air. And so he just really gave me that confidence. He really showed me that he believed in me. And so thank you so much, Uncle Sam. I love you. And to my grandparents also, both my grandmas, one of my grandfathers isn't here anymore, but I definitely have to say thank you to them, because them too, they've always offered their support and their love to me so unconditionally. So thank you, Grandma, Grandpa, Grandma. I love you guys. And to my little Isaiah, I love you so much, baby. You can do anything. And my little twins at home, even though you don't even know what I'm saying right now, because you're barely going to be 2 months soon. I love you guys. And you can do anything you set your mind to. I believe in you. And I also have to thank my professors, Sean.
Yeah.
Specifically two. Dr. Kate West, who works at KXAN right now. She's been such a big help in my life, such an inspiration. And Kate Dawson as well, who works in the journalism school. She has definitely pushed me to my fullest potential and really challenged me. So I definitely have to mention them as well. To my TSTV family here, all of you guys are so amazing. I'm gonna miss you guys so much. I really hope that you guys just know in your hearts that you can do anything, and don't let anything stop you. If you have an obstacle or you feel like something's stopping you from going after your dreams, don't stop. Keep going as much as you can. And Sean, I really have to thank you, because you've been my partner here at TSTV.
It's been a wild ride.
It's been definitely tough for my first semester, We had but 5 volunteers.
It was
right?
rough. We had about 5 across the whole department.
5 people putting on a show, 2 shows a week with about 5 people. It worked out.
It worked out.
Now we're definitely reaping the rewards, because a lot of people, we have an amazing staff.
Our family has grown.
Definitely. And so it's just been amazing. And of course, I have to say thank you to the people who came before us, who inspired us. The news directors my freshman year were Lukman, Adeni, and Maddie, of course. I'm going to miss them so much. I definitely miss them a lot, but they were the ones who helped me feel like I had a place here. And so thank you to
Absolutely.
you guys. Lukeman's a producer in New York, so he's doing amazing.
Yeah.
Maddie too, they're doing amazing things. So
Bigger and better things.
yeah, so
Same as you.
hopefully we'll all be there one day. I know you will definitely, Sean.
On that note, shall we do our final
Last sign
sign-off?
Last sign off, yes.
Well, make sure you follow us on Twitter at KVR News for updates throughout the week. I'm Sean Dolan.
And I'm Chelsea Moreno. Have a wonderful week.